Hello, everybody. This is Fernando Pettineroli, your host for Open House Miami and listing agent with Desert Platinum from my house in Sunny Isles Beach, from my bedroom, actually, finishing this crazy, weird week that we are living. I don't need to tell you the news. Today we decided to take it a little lighter, think about the little ones, basically bring Chen Bitton with us. Latest news of the market. If you're in real estate, you know the market is at a halt right now. Predominantly new listings flooding the market. The second thing is price reductions. Very heavy price reductions happening right now. So we are to expect that in the next week, this tendency, this trend will continue to go. Banks going back to standards of 2009, very heavy standards at the time of defining what to do with the money, if lending or not lending. So we are in a very, very complicated moment for this market. As you all know, we were coming from a tremendous overflow of listings, big inventory, heavy in price also right now, suffering a tremendous adjustment due to this increased recession. I believe we were already in the recession before we started, but I believe this is getting even worse by the effect of the coronavirus crisis. If you were a brick and mortar business owner, you know you're not invoicing today. If you were working, probably you are not. So I'm not going to give you nothing that reminds that. I just want to give a hug to those that are right now around us, struggling with coronavirus. Hopefully they will find a solution. Next week, I am bringing the mayor of Sunny Isles on Monday. I want to know exactly what the city is doing to make the city work better on this very different condition. We had yesterday the chief of police. We're seeing other cities in the world, how they are reacting to this. They have measures immediately. They're sanitizing everything. Are we doing that here? We will know Monday. We also are going to bring people from Aventura Hospital. How the hospital in our area is really prepared for this situation. How many ventilators are available? The things that sometimes I ask myself that question, and I better know the answer than not knowing it. So we're going to bring somebody from Aventura Hospital next week to talk about that. But now I just want to give a big welcome to our dear Chen Bitton. How are you, Chen? How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
Very good, very good. Well, these are weird times, and having the kids 24/7 at home is super challenging. It's like a madhouse everywhere. Parents are out to the border, plus the stress of maybe worried about losing their jobs or losing their income, or they cannot invoice. Plus the kids are at home. They also are nervous. They can sense it. And I believe art is a great medium to make things easier, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think everybody's in a very tough situation with the schools being closed, the parents are home, everybody's under stress and anxiety. And so that's why I'm glad that you brought me on to speak about this, because I think I can help with a couple of suggestions on what you can do with your kids at home. And also, if you're an adult or a teenager, I have all kinds of activities that we could speak about right now. And you could use those to relax, to let your anxiety go and your stress levels go, and enjoy creating some creative things together with your family, friends, whoever you are doing this with. If you're alone, if you have no company, then you can even create things on your own. So thank you for bringing me on the show.
Absolutely.
Going through the list.
Absolutely. Well, 10 tips for parents. Let's go. Tip number 1.
Okay, so this tip is for everybody, not just for adults, for kids, for all ages. The first thing is meditation. I think that meditation, it quiets the mind. It allows us to be in the present moment and allow us to disconnect from everything that's happening around us. And of course, today, there's so many things happening. Everything is changing by the moment. And so sometimes it's really hard to disconnect from what's happening. And our bodies are very, very in a state right now of stress. So the best thing for us to do is to meditate. And if you could possibly find a little place to sit down underneath the tree where you can listen to some of the, birds chirping, it's a wonderful time to actually really hear nature, because right now there's no traffic, there's no cars driving around. You can really just go outside for a walk and listen to the trees blowing in the wind, listen to the birds chirping. And if you don't have tools like this is a Tibetan bowl, that's okay. If you happen to have one, you could feel free to use one. You can make some chimes with it and have your kids even play with it. Maybe challenge them. See, can you make this bowl make any sounds? So with that being said, I'm just going to show you. Basically, you hold the bowl with your hand open. You don't cup it, because this bowl, the minute you hit it, it makes sound. And I'm going to make a little bit of a meditation now for all of
Okay.
us. That we
Okay.
can take just 30 seconds to close our eyes and prayer that this is going to be, this COVID 19 that we're going through right now is going to just disappear as fast as it arrived. So let's focus on that and meditate and
Amen
try
to
to
that.
bring in that peace. Can you hear it, Fernando?
Perfect. Perfect.
Whew. So vibrations,
So
they
needed, right? So needed.
even if it's just 10, 15 seconds. I know some kids, they cannot sit still for, longer than 30 seconds. That's okay. Even if they could just close their eyes, breathe in and out, and do this for 30 seconds, this will help everybody tremendously. Because our bodies are really flow of energy, right? So we
Correct.
have to make sure that we have a healthy frequency throughout our body. And all the stress that we're going through right now is not helping. So we have to make sure that we maintain a positive attitude, that we breathe, we meditate, we think positive as much as we can, and be strong for everybody else.
I was saying today, I ended up installing my office in my balcony, like so many people now. And then for the first time, I see that I start looking in more detail in the buildings across in Collins, and I see that there's more people in the balcony doing something, or meditation, or yoga, or working. I never saw that many people in the balcony before. Usually we live in air conditioning, right?
But you
And it's
don't know you
kind
have
of nice.
neighbors, and now you see all your neighbors.
I do. Yes, we see each other now.
Have you meditated, Fernando, since
The
this
morning,
happened?
very powerful exercise.
Have you meditated since this happened at all? Have you ever
Oh, this
meditated
is the
before?
first time. I was like all your usual practices, like were left, on the side, and this took over our lives in a way
Mm.
that nobody liked. It's like it took over my entire life,
Yeah, well,
and
now
it's good that you bring this up.
right now is the time to try and explore things that you never really had the time to explore. So
Exactly.
we actually have the time to do that.
I think it's a great opportunity. If we wanted to get out of this, it's an opportunity to rethink everything, right? Like
Right.
how our life will project, how where we're going, after this, because it's such a hard experience, And now we start to listening that, maybe
Right.
friends or people that we have seen or clients that we have seen not too long ago, they're worried about if they have it
Right.
or
Well,
it's changing
honestly,
everything.
I founded Painting Picnic because I believe that art and nature is very healing. So if we combine art and nature together, That will be a beautiful thing. So as much as we are keeping connected right now, right, over the phone,
Correct.
everybody's online, everybody's watching movies, everybody's on the phone. So we have to remember to step away from the phone, step away from the computers, go for a walk, you know, breathe in some fresh air. This is important. That's what I wanted to start with. I wanted to start with that, how important it is to really take the time to de-stress by utilizing nature and the power of meditation.
Very nice. Very
Okay.
nice.
All right, we're ready for number two?
Yes.
Okay. So, as much as we're all, I guess, worried and our kids are home and we have our imagination running wild about what is going to happen, maybe this is a good time for them to creatively write maybe poems or novels or stories, and then they can maybe cut
Maybe
out.
even about maybe recreation about this same experience we're going through now, right?
Right, they could write about it. Maybe they could write like what they feel, right? How they feel, right? There's a lot of people now writing songs online, and some really cool creativities coming out because of this. So
Correct.
if they maybe write a story, and then they can take like a magazine and they can cut things from the magazine, and then they can make a book, you know,
Correct.
and then
Correct.
and God willing, when this passes, they could look back at the book, as a memory, and see, what they did together in the time. Could be a poem, a song, could be a little story, and everybody could do that together.
You're receiving some comments online already. Christina Theory already saying good evening and put a love on your segment.
Hi,
Uh,
Christina. How are you?
good, good. So you're receiving people already online.
Okay,
Uh,
so
please
for
place your
story
comments, and
time.
if you're watching, please place your comments. While we are live, Chen will answer any questions that you might
Okay.
have.
Okay, so tip number 2 is arts and crafts, story time, and collage. Tip number 3, paper mache pottery. Were
Uh
you a
huh.
little boy? Did you ever make a bowl out of paper with your parents, Fernando?
I never did that.
I never did either. So actually, I'm in a Fat Village, which is a community of art studios,
Uh huh.
and I'm here actually in my studio right now, but I'm not open to the public. I just came in here today to do this with you.
Uh huh.
The girl next door, she has a granddaughter. She's 7 years old, and she showed me this thing that they made together. So yes, last night I actually came to the studio, and I said, you know what? I never made a mache
Oh,
bowl
that's very
before.
nice.
So it's very easy and it's fun and it's actually very relaxing. And I say this because when I was doing it, what you do is everybody can do this. It's very easy. You take newspapers, you
Uh
cut
huh.
them up into strips, and then you take glue. You take glue and you mix it in a bowl with water. You
Huh.
could put like 2 glues like this, which is Elmer's Crafter glue, and then you mix it up with maybe like a quarter or half a glass of water in a bowl. And then all you do really is you take the newspaper or the tissue paper, you cut it up, you dip it in the bowl, and
Mhm.
then you place it right on top of saran wrap. So you can take any bowl, you can saran wrap the bowl. Okay, make sure that you saran wrap it, and then you stick the paper and the glue on the all around. You do maybe 2 or 3 layers. You let it dry for about 24 to 36 hours, like about 2 days, depending on how many layers you have. And then you can decorate the bowl, you can color it inside. And this is such a cute thing. You could just utilize it at home. You could drop your keys in there. You could drop whatever supplies you want to store in here. And this is such a nice thing. You can craft it together.
I love
What
it.
I found,
Can you put it closer to the camera so people can see the detail?
uh-huh, that's the inside. There's the
Super
back
nice.
of it. So what I found really fun and interesting when I did this activity was it was so relaxing as I was dipping the paper in the glue, and then I was kind of patting it down to adhere one piece to another, and I found that extremely relaxing. I never could imagine how relaxing creating a paper mache bowl could be. So, and this takes about an hour to about an hour and a half to make, and it's really fun, and and you could do it for all ages.
That's good because usually are things that you already have at home. You possibly already have glue, and of course there is newspapers too, so it's doable.
Newspapers, paper towels, tissue paper, any paper that you want to use, and you could use.
Paper towel today is a high commodity.
Yeah, you probably don't want to use your toilet paper.
Yeah, don't use your paper towels, okay?
But
Go with the newspaper.
yeah, but you can also use like any shape. You don't have to only do a bowl. You could do like maybe a shape of like a vase,
Correct.
right? So you can
Correct.
create like paper mache vase. You can create paper mache bowls. You can even make animal shapes out of the paper mache. So you can get as creative as you want with it.
Very good. Very good. There's people watching us in Facebook and YouTube. We're live. It's 6:28
Hi,
in
everyone.
Miami on a really incredibly beach day, but nobody in the beach, just watching it from the balcony. We are with Chen Bitton. You can place your comments, of course, and we are preparing some tips for the parents that have kids at home. There's always several that are at the border of a nervous breakdown.
Okay,
So this is
Fernando.
a good moment, to relax a little of all the bad news we already get all day long. So do something nice.
So tip number 4, right?
Yes,
Okay, so can you show them the miniature figurines?
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So tip number 4 is basically you take foil paper, not heavy duty foil paper, like a lightweight. Heavy duty is probably harder to mold. And basically all you do is you take the foil paper, you
Yes.
cut it up, and you make different shapes out of it. Now, this could be a fun competition to do to see who can make a better figurine. I actually tried it a couple of times, and I didn't. I did all right. It wasn't my favorite activity, but kids just love it. They could create like a doll. They could make a face. Just basically smush up the foil paper to create different shapes. So
I love that one.
you can make a snake. You can make any animal. You can also make different shapes together. You can glue them to make one whole figurine together. So that could be a fun thing to do. Have fun doing it. I mean, it's kind of annoying at first to kind of try to bend it and make a shape out of it, but some people might enjoy the challenge. So let's see. Maybe you can create some cool, figurines. Actually, there's some professional artists.
Obviously, I've seen something done like that recently.
Yeah, there's some people that are professional artists, and they use this in a foil paper to make really cool things. So
the final product is very nice. We're seeing the picture right now of the figurines. Very nice final product. Very, and it's something that stays. Doesn't go away. It will last forever.
Right. And this was done by Addison. She's a 7-year-old girl.
Congratulations.
And Michelle Youngblood Miller, she's her grandma, and they did that together in an art activity. And they shared that picture with me so I could show it to you all.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Okay. Tip number 5.
Yes.
Bubble art. So basically, everybody has at home food coloring, right?
Yes.
So if you don't have paint, it's okay. You can go to your kitchen closet and just get some food coloring. And all you do is basically you mix the food coloring with water and clear soap and some cornstarch. And you mix it up, and then you take a little thing to make bubbles with it. And you could take a canvas, or you could take a sheet of paper. You can have the kids sketch something on the canvas or not. And then basically they just make bubbles. And as the bubbles are getting on the canvas or on the paper, you could see them make really cool shapes, and they could even touch them with the finger like this, make it pop, and they can make
I
really
love that.
cool shapes, round shapes in different colors using different food coloring. This is a fun activity.
I'm gonna do
Even an
that this
adult can
weekend.
play.
That one I'm taking because that food coloring, I'm sure we have some water and the little thing. I believe we have it too. So this,
Yeah, and then if they don't use all of the cool, like I guess concussions that you make, you could freeze it in one of these like little box ice cubes,
yes,
and then you could put like a little stick in them like this,
yes.
and then when it freezes, they can use it to draw with it.
Ah,
So like
nice.
frozen icicle, and this could get messy, so I would do it outdoors in the balcony.
Very nice.
Yes.
Super nice. I love that one. That one I
Okay.
will do for sure.
All right. And then another thing you could do, like if you don't have brushes and you're on a budget because, we're heading towards a recession
Absolutely.
and people are just worried they don't want to spend money on art supplies, then maybe you want to just go to your kitchen and cut an apple open or a potato or some corn, some lemon, and you could basically take some paint, whatever paint you do have, or the food
We all
coloring.
have. If you, I believe you're also an agent, so I believe there is rare not to go to a house that doesn't have paint right in the air conditioning, right
Well,
in the air conditioning cabinet, right?
I
This
always
is the
like to
time to take it out.
I always like to give people options.
You
So
really are.
you take the apple, you dip it in the paint, and then you could just make like a really cool abstract piece of art.
Uh-huh.
You can maybe to make the anything move a little better. You might want to add a little bit of water to the paint, just a little bit, not too much. You don't want the paint to be like a water like the faucet. You want it to
Uh-huh.
have like a consistency that's like a good consistency. That's not too watery because it might just drip right on your canvas. So you want to make sure that it soaks in to whatever shape you have. And then you could just take the different fruits, you could stamp them on your canvas, and then you could see what shapes they make. And you could do the same thing actually with flowers. Um, so if you want to buy yourself some nice flowers, they could cheer
Very
you
nice.
up, right?
Very
Who
nice.
doesn't like flowers? And then you take the flower. Basically, what you do is, I think you have a picture of that too, Fernando. You dip the flour in the paste that you made with the paint. You could take like a knife, a plastic knife, and basically you press the flour down into the paint like this. Press it down. And let me show you. I did one here that's like an abstract one.
Ah,
And
beautiful,
then what you
beautiful.
could do like layers and layers of different color, and you can use a different flower for every color, or you could use 2 colors on each flower or 3 colors on each flower. It's up to you because you're the artist.
I think we have actually one with flowers on the screen right now.
Oh, there it is.
Is that one,
There
right?
it is. Yep, that's the one.
Beautiful
So,
product. Very nice.
and anybody could do that. Like that's just dipping flowers into paint. That's all it is. So you dip the flower and you get the paint inside the flower like that. You see?
See? Yep.
Okay. So there's my flower. And then I'm going to press it down on the canvas with the same. You could use palette knife. If you don't have a palette knife, you could just use a knife at home, a plastic knife. All right, you press it down and then you lift it up. And there you have it. Let me show you.
Fantastic.
Okay. So that was fun, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Very, very nice. I'm
Wasn't
fast
that
too.
fun, Fernando?
Yeah. Let me show you. Let me show you the previous one. How they look like in the finished product.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice work.
Thank you. All right, another thing you could do with the kids
Yes.
that is really fun and also cost effective. You could just, I'm sure everybody has at home a box with all the needles and the strings and the buttons. So maybe like some straws that you can, like plastic straws. And
Uh-huh.
basically, you could cut the straws and you can make jewelry. You can make a nice bracelet. You can make a nice necklace with the straws and the strings. So you can make your own custom jewelry, handmade jewelry with the kids.
I'm showing now the one you pre-did.
Yeah. And you can use buttons, you could use straws, you can even use seashells that they pick up if they happen to have any seashells at home. So yeah, basically all I did was I took the scissors, I took my straw, my plastic straw, and I cut it. And you could cut it either like straight or slanted, and then you can just have it make a whole bunch of cool looking jewelry.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, actually pretty cool. I like the jewelry I made. I might even want to wear it. I think I'm gonna wear it. I'm
I
gonna
like
wear
it.
it for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
show.
Put it on. Put it on.
What do you think?
There you go. Perfect.
All right.
Should be the official paintingpicnic.com jewelry.
There you go.
There you
It's
go.
fun. The kids love this stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way,
All right.
when we reopen our lives again, painting picnic will be back. Kids of what ages are you is servicing now?
So we work with kids from 2 years of age, and there's no age limit. We have a team of professional artists ready to serve the community with any skills that they want to equip themselves with, whether it's painting, drawing, sketching, watercolors, acrylics, oils. So we basically do a lot of different workshops. Painting what you feel is the painting picnic
Uh huh.
um, signature thing that we do, where the kids get to pick any image and then we get to paint it with them. So basically, they get to choose what they want to paint, and then we help them with sketching it. We help them with coloring, and we assist them from the whole process, from the beginning to the end.
I love those cats. The cats that they're doing. I'm putting them on the screen right now.
Yeah.
I love the cats.
And then we also have like a tutorial that we make it educational. So as we teach, as we do a paint what you feel, we don't throw you out there and okay, good luck, you're on your own. No, it's actually educational. You get to learn how to mix colors. You get to learn what brushes to use, how to select the right colors for your artwork. So there's so many different things that we teach. But the most important thing is that you have a good time at our painting picnics.
I love that. I love. And it's in our community in Aventura, right?
So we're located in Fort Lauderdale. Our studio we opened about 6 months ago,
Uh
and
huh.
we're also do art events at different like locations. So if you want to do an event in your house, or if you want to do an event in a restaurant, I mean, or in a hotel or wherever, we can send the artist, and we do also rehab centers. We bring a lot of wellness activities. We merge wellness and art. So we also like to help the community by creating activities that are very enriching to all.
Very nice. I like the idea. I think Leila's birthday, my daughter Stan's birthday, I probably will be with you. Let's see if we
That
make it.
sounds
It's April 19th, so let's see if we can if we reach there,
sounds
right?
sounds wonderful. How old is she going to be?
10. But
Beautiful.
April 19th, we might probably we have to be a couple of weeks after the quarantine because it's gonna fall right in the middle of the.
Well, you know what? I can actually teach online, like through Zoom.
Uh
So if
huh.
anybody wants to like do like a class, we can try to create something online where we're not, obviously in the same room, but we can create an activity that everyone can do maybe online. So if if we get to that situation and your daughter needs a birthday party, then let me know. We can make it happen.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Next tip.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so for those people, the older people that you cannot see because it's very dangerous for them to see you because their immune system is, not as good as a young person. If they happen to live in like a house where you could literally speak to them and there's a window and you could speak to them, they're on one side of the window and you're on the other side of the window, then maybe you could take some chalk markers and they could draw on the window and then you can draw on the other side of the window, and that's kind of cool. So you're doing like a collaborative art project on your window, and
Correct.
you don't have to worry about the window because it's just chalk marker. You could just take soap and water and erase it.
Oh, cool. That's cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
So if you
Worry-free problem.
don't go climbing to the 10th floor to do this. This is only for people that live on the ground floor. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, don't do it. I like that. Very good. Wait, I was seeing if I have any picture of that, but I don't think I do. That's very nice.
No, but you can imagine it, right?
Yep.
Creatively. Okay. And then the last thing you can do with your kids is this. So you can take two pieces of paper, any pieces of paper, draw on the paper. Well, first you have to fold it in half like this. And you could draw any shape you want. You could draw a butterfly, you could draw a spaceship, you could cut the spaceship, you could color it. And then when you're done cutting it and coloring it, you take glue. You only glue the outside of the butterfly and you leave a little spot, just a tiny spot that you could insert the straw into the butterfly. And then basically what you do is you can make the kids blow the butterfly to fly, or there's rocket ship to fly. Oh wait,
I like that.
so I'm gonna blow it right to you, Fernando. Are you ready?
Yes, bring it on.
Let's see if I have the lung capacity here. There you go.
I got it.
All right. So I'm sure the kids will love to do that, to decorate their own, butterfly or rocket ship and play around with it. They can even take it outside. I mean, probably better to just play with it indoors, just in case it falls on the ground. Maybe on the grass is better. So yeah.
Nice, Chen. Very nice. Chen, I want to thank you for this time because I know it's an effort right now to go out and get produced and get ready for this. I want to thank you because it's so refreshing to have, after the horrible news we're seeing, just a young man die, the first death for coronavirus in Miami-Dade County is a 40-year-old guy. So sad. And it's that having a moment of refreshing with art that bring us back as children or give us ideas to how our children busy is a great contribution. I really appreciate it.
We have to be strong. We have to smile. We have to know that even though there is a lot of craziness in the world, that we have to be persevere. We have to work together. We have to make a difference. We have to do what we can to make the time go by in a productive way, because eventually this will pass and then we're going to go back to our normal life. It's just a matter of time and things will get back to normal slowly but surely. And I really just want to send like the love and the energy of healing and strength for everybody. And if anybody wants to connect through Painting Picnic, you can send me an email to paintingpicnic@gmail. If you have any questions about any art activities for your kids, I'd love to help you with some more ideas to pass the time. I guess just stay strong and meditate. And,
before you go, I want you to repeat on the end. And with this, I want to leave a big hug for everybody that is right now struggling or family or has friends or people that they know or they do business with, like we do, that we already know they're struggling with coronavirus, I will ask you for the last 30 seconds of this connection is with your bowl and make a 30 seconds of meditation on this so we can go into this crazy weekend that await for us in a better mood.
Okay, this is to send healing to anybody who's been affected with the coronavirus.
Thank you, Chen. Chen Bitton with us. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying with us. Chen Bitton with us today. For everybody else, have a great weekend. Hopefully, we'll be better Monday. Nothing in the data doesn't say that, but let's make an effort.
Be safe. Be safe. Do whatever you can to be well, and if you need anything, we're here for you. If everybody works together, we can get through it. That's what I believe.
And stay home. Stay safe and stay home.
Thank you, Fernando, also
See you later.
for doing this for everybody, for giving your time to bring people onto your show. And that really is a very beautiful thing that you're doing. I want to commend you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Chen Bitton, our favorite artist in town, with us today. For everybody else, have a great weekend. See you Monday, 6 p.m. in Open House Miami. Good night.
Be well, everyone.
Bye.